Have you ever wanted to use your smartphone as a monitor for your camera? Today with the Accsoon Seemo, you can. We're going to walk through the hardware, software, and a short tutorial. My name's Shai. Welcome back to the channel. Let's jump right in. So let's start off with the Accsoon phone holder. There's a bunch of different ports on it. So on one side you have the HDMI port, which can connect straight into one of your cameras. And there's also a 5V out port where you can plug in and charge another device. And on the other side, we have a video out port, which connects straight into your smartphone, and we have your on and off button. And this is how you get your phone into the phone holder. You pull the top piece up, and this button here in the middle, you'll push against it with your phone, and it pulls the top piece down. It's pretty nice and snug. And on the very top, there's a cold shoe, so you can put either a microphone, maybe a small aperture light. And on the back side of the phone holder, you can put in a Sony MP battery. And with the 5V out port, you can plug different devices on here to charge up. And if you want to remove the battery here, just hit that little lever and your battery pulls out nice and smooth. Accsoon also adds a friction mount, which is really sturdy. And once you screw it on, it's really nice and snug, and you can move it backward and forward so that your screen is in the best view. It also comes with a nice lock and unlock latch. Accsoon also provides 2 cables in the box, one USB-C and one lightning cable if you're an iPhone user. So you want to start off with the Accsoon app, and once you're in, hit the monitor button on the right. The cool thing is you don't need Bluetooth because we're connected by wires. So as soon as you turn it on in the back, you're in. Now, if you need to start at the beginning, there is a back button. However, let's go through the different features and see what we got here. Number 1, I love the pinch feature. So if I'm shooting something, I want to know if I'm in focus. So with this pinch feature, I know that I got a crispy, sharp image. Now on the upper left, you can see the video input. We're shooting at 1080p. The encoder H.264. On the upper left, your audio input, and it shows your encoder. And in the middle, it shows you once you start recording a countdown timer. However, there is a difference if you're shooting onto your phone or onto your DSLR. So I'm gonna click the button here on the app for recording, and as you'll notice, the timer starts, which lets me know I'm recording to my phone. I'm gonna stop here now. I'm gonna click the button on my actual DSLR, and it shows a line on the left and the right side if I am shooting into my DSLR. Now the cool thing about this app and this feature is that you can shoot straight into the phone. So if you need to post right away to your social media platforms, you have access to that. And if you needed to stream live to Facebook or maybe YouTube, there is a live stream feature as well, which is awesome. Now let's jump and hit these 2 dots here. You can access and see what bitrate you're shooting at. You can go lower or higher. I like to keep it high. And you can add or delete all the different features that you have here at the bottom. So if it's in blue, you have it. If it's in white, like example, look, zebra, and false color, I'm gonna hit those up here, and then they disappear down here. So it allows you to be clean and efficient to just access the things you need. I'm gonna select everything again because this is a demo, so I wanna show you everything that this has. So let's start off at the bottom left. You can toggle between color and black and white. You can select RGB and see the colors in red, green, or blue. And by the way, for all the features down here, you can have multiple things up at once. So let's go ahead and test that. But for the sake of the demo, I'm just gonna go one by one again. So you can access your histogram, and you can see if you're shooting something too bright or too dark. You can access your waveform here. You can access focus peaking to see if you are in focus. And by the way, see this wrench at the bottom right? If you select that, you can add additional features to each one of these features. So for example, under focus, I might want the peaking level to be lower or higher. I might want it to be in green or blue. So all of that is accessible through this setting and preference button here. Now you might be shooting an S-Log and want to add LUTs. This is a place where you can select and load your LUTs to add that cinematic look and color to your footage. Now you might want to check your zebras. So if you notice, the don't quit sign has lines on it now. So I'm going to toggle on, off, on again. So now I can see if the image is too bright and the zebras are on. Now you might want to take it up a notch and use your false color setting. So as we know with false color, anything we're overexposing is going to show up in red like the don't quit sign. Really nice feature to have. Now you can access your audio levels here. So we're shooting at a good audio level if we are in green. If it goes up to yellow or red way at the top here, we know the audio level is too high. Now the cool thing about this feature as well here is that if you needed to listen in on the audio, you can use your AirPods if you have some. Now you might want to check your aspect ratio. So for example, you can see if you're in 16:9 framed, or you might be looking for framing your image by 13:9, 4:3, 1:1. You might be shooting for Instagram, Facebook, different platforms. So it's nice to know what aspect ratio you are framing for. For those anamorphic lens shooters, there's something called distort or de-squeeze. So that feature is accessible here as well. Now, if you want to make sure you got that perfectly lined shot, you can access your grid lines here. You can control your brightness and sharpness from this button. And you can also flip your image. This might be useful if you're shooting on the other side of the camera and you need to see the perspective of that image flipped. And something super cool here is something called overlay, where you might want to match your new image from your previous image. But in order to do that, we're gonna hit screenshot first, which is this button here on the right. So I just saved this actual image. Now I'm gonna click overlay and click to select a picture, because as we see, it's still on off. I'm gonna select an image, full image, done, and it just jumped from off to on. And now I'm gonna actually move this phone so you can see where the image kind of distorts because there's an overlay of the previous image that we're trying to match. So with this overlay feature, I'll be able to match that image. Now I'm not sponsored by Accsoon, but I honestly love using this product. So if you wanna check it out, the links are in the description. Remember, sky's the limits where we stay creative at work and in our passion projects. Check out some of my other gear review and some of my tutorials. I'll see you on the next video.